Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Oh, go, go. Flare, flare. Zoom, zoom. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Sliding it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sheldon Rankins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Look, the screen. Pass. Check your hot read.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Falcons send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Pulled in at the 24. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Mike, check, 59, 59.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Come on. Quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Tate. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second fast.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Strip that ball. Strip that ball. Mike, check. 59. Any weapon. Come on, QB, come on. Mike's about 9.
Looking to throw. Tate. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Tate. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that.
Mike, check. 59.
Come on.
Mike,
On 1st and 10, Tate. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On 1st down, Tate. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mike 59. 59, Mike. Check. 59.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Looking deep for Julio. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Throwing on 1st down. Tate. And Josh Hill has it. Past the 20. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. From the gun on 3rd down, Tate eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. And they come up here now 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. 15 yards, 1st down Atlanta.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Tate. And this one complete to Smith. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Saints, 1st down.
48 to Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check 48 to Mike. Check 48 to Mike. Set the tone, defense.
On 1st and 10, Tate. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Double dog, that's the way. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Push him back. Mike, check. 59.
On first down, Tate. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
59 Mike. Check, 59. What's the cross? Check 50. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Man out. Check 24.
2nd and 4. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 5'9. Let's go. 59 Mike.
Operating from the gun, Tate. That's going to be caught. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lutz puts this one through. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. Room here to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And the Saints, first down.
Mike, check, 59. Hey, what's up? Mike 5'9. Here we go. 59 Mike.
Back to throw. Tate. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it's going to be 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Hey, we got to get this. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Tate. The open man is Smith. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
48's Mike. 48's Mike. Hey, defense. Hey, defense. Let's go. 48's the Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Nice long.
From the gun, Tate. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
53's the Mike.
Back to throw here. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
And the Falcons, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Bandit.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Marcus Davenport, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check, 59. Check 59. Go. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Here's 2nd and 8. Going right side here, and that's complete. 25 yards there on the catch and run. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Check 59. 59. 6 man. Check cross. Mike 5'9. Mike 5'9. It's our time. It's our time. 59. 59's Mike. Check 59. Ball try. Here I come.
To throw on 2nd down. Tate. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Tate. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Rapid. 59 Mike. Check. 59. Squeeze. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Switch.
Throwing on first down. Tate. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm. And
now here is another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
On 1st and 10, Tate. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it, the defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. 3 buzz.
2nd and 2. Flush to his right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive.
Let's go, baby.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Mike, check, 59. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On first down, Tate. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Go. 59, Mike. Check, 59.
Stop your whining.
2nd and 3. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Mike, check.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
Get up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tate. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. 2nd and 13. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Their mobile, agile quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. And they got the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. Ooh, the juke. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Well, now they'll try the end around. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Saints take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Let's go, D.
He's back to throw. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Here we go. Here we go. Get a team on it. Get a team on it. You can't block me. You can't block me. Oh, God. 59 is mine. 59 is mine. Check, check. 59. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Echo, echo. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Ready? Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Deion Jones in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Go. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, 22. Check. Cover. 22. Check. Cover. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
On fourth down. Tate. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Falcons, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else, in their sanity as they move to 4-6. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.